Corine Meijers. Yes.
Corine
Yeah.
Meijers. I'm here with Corine Meijers, producer, founder of Studio Biarritz. And I guess there's two movies, VR experiences that you're producing. One is Lacuna and the other is Lesbian Simulator. What can you tell me about this? Because it sounds like one sounds like a video game and one sounds kind of like a documentary, but in a VR setting.
Yeah. 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 I'm here with two beautiful virtual reality experiences that are completely different from each other, with a completely different crew and team. And both projects have like female directors. I myself, I'm the producer, and I uh, I toured the last year with Lacuna already at different film festivals. We premiered at International Film Festival Rotterdam, and then we went to Cannes in competition, which was really great. And now we are here for the premiere in the United States. And it's a documentary of 34 minutes where you will meet Sonja and Maartje. And Maartje is one of my directors. And the project is set up as an audio conversation between both women. Maartje is like 45, Sonja is 86. So there's like a big difference in age. And Maartje is talking with Sonja and trying to understand what happened to her in her life from the point that she was a little girl and when she was given away to strangers by her parents during the Second World War. And they were Jewish. The parents got murdered in Auschwitz. And together they talk about how that shaped the life of Sonja and how Sonja had to have her identity by not knowing all the things that happened in the past. And she has to reconstruct memories. And sometimes also she has to fill the gaps of memories that are not there. And that is what the project Lacuna is about. And it's a very universal project that is beyond Second World War and beyond the Holocaust story, because it's a very universal story. It's timeless and it's very empowering because Sonja is a very strong lady, and it's very intriguing to hear them talk and exchange. And Sonja is also asking questions back to Maartje, to a new generation. And she's also asking Maartje, what do you know from your own history? And do you sometimes ask your parents about certain things? They are still alive. You can still ask. Yeah? At some point, maybe it's too late.
Yeah.
So very encouraging.
These both seem like unique projects. So what brings these on your plate? Like how do you discover them, or how do they come in front of you?
Um, well, in the Netherlands, there is an immersive virtual reality industry that is like growing. Every year we have more makers and a few more producers that are working on immersive. But still, it's very experimental, and still also the budgets are quite low. So I'm one of the first in the Netherlands that worked on multiple virtual reality experiences. And when now artists want to make one, they often knock on my door and they ask me if I want to join their journey and help them realize their ambition for the projects. So people come to find me, but I also do a lot of mentoring and coaching at talent development programs. So I also meet talents there, and when they have interesting projects and when I like their art, and I believe in them as well, because the journey is often quite long. So it's not a project you make in 3 weeks. Sometimes the journey is 4, 5 years, 6 years. We need to finance it. So it's like a feature fiction film as well. It's quite a long process, and so sometimes people come to find me, and sometimes I also meet people at festivals or at markets. Yeah.
Those is Studio Biarritz, do you guys only produce VR stuff, or is it just kind of like, hey, if you got some weird
Yeah.
ways to get a narrative across, let's
Yeah.
do it. So we
Yeah,
can.
I think it's the last one. Yeah. No, I really like virtual reality, but I'm not like a evangelist of VR or something. No, I love film. I love to go to cinema myself. Privately, I'm always in cinemas, and I produce documentaries that are like 2D as well, or short fictions. And we call them flatties. Yeah? In the VR industry, we call the regular films, we call them flatties. And, For me, it really depends on the story and the maker as well, where in what they want to make and how the medium fits best as well. Because not every project should be done in VR. It doesn't make sense. You really have to think about what it means to be in a virtual reality environment, what it means to be in a 360 space. What does it mean if you're there? Because often you also have a presence. Will you have a body or not? Or are you just a fly on the wall? And because with this VR, sometimes my projects are fiction, sometimes documentaries, sometimes animation. I really like this crossover. And that is also what I do with other projects that are 2D. But often it's the experimental people that find me. So in that sense, it's the weird stuff that comes on my path often.
I've
But
never
also, yeah.
I've never been to a theater that's got the 4DX, but it seems like the virtual reality and the 4DX where like the seats move and they throw snow and all that stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it seems like that'd be like a great collaboration between two things like this. Is there anything like that in the future? Or
I don't know. I don't know because you also have to be careful that it doesn't become too much. If you make a virtual reality film, I like to make narrative projects. Um, you also have to find the right balance. You don't want to get make people nauseous. I also think you should. Some of the projects are more interactive than others, but you also need to have a reason to make it interactive and not just add items or technology because it's out there. Because we can. You still have to think of the audience and the people that are experiencing it, that they also have a pleasant experience and that they are really connected and moved with what they experienced. If you, for example, look at my other project that is here, Lesbian Simulator, that one is more interactive than Lacuna. And there's a reason for it because Iris, my director, Iris van der Meulen, this is her debut. And she likes to play a lot of games herself. And she's a lesbian and she wants people to better understand what it's like to be attracted to women as a woman. And she wants people to understand the journey of having a crush on someone, you're coming out, going on a date, flirting, dancing, the fun of being queer, but also the discrimination that is still out there on a daily basis in public space. So Iris uses the mechanics of interactivity and the gameplay to really have you embody a lesbian and become a lesbian yourself. So there's a lot of fun elements that you, for example, go to a rave, you have to flirt, you have to offer drinks, and maybe you will have a match, but maybe not. And then you have to find another girl in the rave party to offer a drink to. So she really tries you to connect with the story and with her experience.
so when doing a VR like the video game makes sense. The VR documentary, when you're watching a flatty, as you call it, it's
Huh?
pretty easy to direct the eye on the part you need to pay attention to or the
Yeah,
part you need to see.
true.
If you
Yeah,
got 306, like, hey, I'm
yeah,
looking at this tree right here.
yeah,
Meanwhile, the thing you should be
yeah.
seeing is over here. Like,
Yeah.
how does that work in VR?
Well, you have to be smart. Like you can work with sound, you can
I'm
work with
not
images.
though.
No, but as an artist, you have to be smart. Like maybe you will hear something in your right ear. You will
Oh,
turn.
okay.
You will make someone look there, or maybe you have to grab something and something visually is changing, or maybe there's a lot of different cues that you can give. And sometimes it's also okay to not see everything. It's also fine to not have uh, the full imagery. Like also with Lacuna, you can move around. Maybe you activate something by your movement. It's not with your hands, it's just by moving slowly with your feet. And sometimes you maybe are less active and it's still a beautiful experience. So um, that is something every project needs to define for themselves what is the right balance there.
Or some kind of like unforeseen things kind of regarding that. Like maybe you're watching a documentary and something over here happened. Literally everyone in the VR didn't see it but one person, and then now you have to like experience it after the fact. Or like was there anything like when watching the VR documentary or just any of the VR stuff that like kind of popped in your head like, oh, that's a cool thing. I would have never even considered that, but that's a thing now.
Um, well, I made a project earlier which is called The Imaginary Friend. And there you will become the imaginary friend of a little kid. And the kid makes a bird out of you. And you actually, during the piece, you have to like flap your wings all the time to move around. So it's kind of funny because you don't walk, you really flap your wings and you play with him. And that's kind of funny as well for audience that are not in the headset, still to watch other people play. People are like excited to actually do it as well. So we were at South by 2 years ago, which was really, really, really cool as well. And the imaginary friend is also a project where you have to speak out loud that you are the friend of the kid. He's asking you, so he's really connecting with you. And that's also what we do with Lesbian Simulator. We want you to also say it out loud that you're gay. And sometimes people are a bit shy in the beginning, but we help them by adding karaoke lines so that if you don't want to say it immediately, you can sing it, you know? So we try to find tricks to make people, connect to the projects.
Well, that's fun. So these are playing at South by Southwest. Are there any release plans after that? And like what would kind of be the avenue to release these?
Well, I'm going the tour of the festivals that have like an immersive program, and I hope, for example, to go to Annecy. And at the moment, Annecy in France, the big animation film festival, and at the moment in the Netherlands, we have a big animation festival that is also showing Lesbian Simulator today. Um, but for both projects, Lacuna and Lesbian Simulator, I want to create more impact, and I also want to go outside the festival uh, events. So I'd like to go to cultural heritage institutions, and I want to also Lesbian Simulator. We are going to be at the World Pride in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam this year. We have the World Pride, and I would like to go to schools, and I would like to also go to sports events or music festivals. So I think we should really try to reach people that are not necessarily going to the film festivals, but really take it a step further.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on this, and I dig your what do you call it? Mission statement or whatever. Just fun and weird stuff, and kind of giving it sort of the help it needs. I applaud you for that, and thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you. Have a nice day.